You've got mail. Good morning, everybody. You are tuned to Computers 2K now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Amnon, your host for the next hour, along with Gal.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And Katie's here. And Katie's here.
Yeah. Good morning.
And Spence is here.
Good morning. Gal is actually on the International Space Station. That's why his audio is a little off.
Oh,
Are you on the camera, Mike?
He's configuring new
he's
hardware, so
configuring.
it's fine. And Nick is going to join us shortly. What'd you say, Katie?
I didn't say anything.
1, 2.
Our number is 561-518-9773. And today's show is made possible by VMix Software and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear. I'm just reading the phone number. So I went and I said, okay, let's see. I went on Google and I said, porting numbers from Skype. Can you port numbers from Skype? And no, can Google Voice port numbers from Skype? Said, no, you're going to have to port it to another provider, another carrier, and then Google Voice will be able to get it from there. Okay, so I went to Anvio, which is who does my voice over IP, and I asked to port it. She said, yeah, we can do it. I said, okay. So they did it, and the only problem that I have now, and I need to talk with Mike, or I don't know if you guys know, but I need an app on the laptop, sort of like Google Voice app, that I can answer the phone and it'll connect to the system. So that'll be really nice. We'll have the old number, the 919 number. Anyway, so what happened last week? Anything anybody want to talk about?
Nothing crazy on my end. I got a laptop for Black Friday,
Right.
and it's fine. Does what I want.
And is it working okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I haven't done anything crazy. I mostly just use it for the internet. But I like the touchscreen on it. I guess laptops nowadays have touchscreens, and so it makes it easy to scroll through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know that I would ever get used to a touch screen, or that I would want touch screen. But I guess if you sit with the laptop, it's a different story.
It's useful. So like I was using it to look up prices on stuff, and using a laptop, it's that trackpad, and my fingers get tired of using the trackpad. So it
Oh,
makes it convenient to just click, click, click. And then typing on the keyboard is nice. And then click, click, click.
okay.
Yeah, because having to move from the thing about the website, it's like on the right side is where you commonly use all the buttons. But then if you want to go back, or if you want to do something else, you have to go all the way on the left side of the screen. And I'm just like, ugh, that's so much track movement. And you'd be like, oh, no, that's easy. Which, yes, it is. But if you have to do it 100 times, it's really annoying.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
So you were asking about a free SIP
Yeah,
client.
it needs to be.
Yeah,
I guess it's a SIP.
MicroSIP is an open source one I've heard about. Mike would probably be able to comment on
I
it.
think no, they didn't mention microsip. The guy at Envio was saying that there are two of them that they're using. One for Android, one it had a different name. So I mean, it needs to be something that doesn't cover the whole screen. It needs to be something that can be sized and just put kind of in the
So
corner.
is this for Windows or for phone?
Windows.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I need it to be sizable.
Typically they are. I mean, from my experience with them, is they'll have something that'll cover a lot of the screen for configuration or whatever, and then they'll have a small something that'll sit off to the side, almost like a widget.
That's what I need. The
Calls,
widget,
yeah.
just something that tells me, hey, there's a call coming in.
Yep.
So okay, I'll see. Yeah, I know Mike always recommended microsip.
Okay. I hope I'm here.
You are. What do you mean?
Yeah, and the microphone just died off again. Okay.
The mic itself or the connection?
Yeah, the mic itself. Yeah, it's a thing I've been dealing with a long time. I think I figured out how to fix this. But
Oh, so okay, so it's not the mic itself. It's the
no. It's a connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you asked me about the webcam.
Yeah.
It cost me above $100. It was a bit on the expensive side. It's a 4K by Logitech, but the reason I wanted it is for its Windows Hello feature. So cameras, in order for them to be used for as biometrics, it's not enough for the 2D 2D image, because then you can put a picture of me on a phone and show it to it, and that'll be enough. It has infrared, I think, lens. So it has two lenses, which allows it to do both 3D depth and temperature, and so it can be used as facial recognition. It can see that it's an actual face and not just a flat image of the face. And that is what can be hooked up to Windows Hello. I don't know about Mac OS, but I'm guessing face identification on Mac as well. And that means that I open the machine by basically sitting at my computer and just hitting space, so it'll know that somebody's there. I've gotten used to it on laptops, business laptops. They come equipped with this, and it's great. And it's a lot easier than even a fingerprint reader. So I wanted it on the main machine. And I got it. It's nice. I like it.
And what did you say it's called?
This one is a Logitech Brio. There are cheaper options. I just took a brand name. I'm expensing this. It costs 89 no, $144 before tax. So it's a bit on the expensive side. But there were options around $65 and $70. Because I'm expensing this,
Yeah.
I got to splurge a bit.
I mean, it looks like there's more light, unless there is more light in the room. I don't know.
No. It's actually compensating a bit too much to my taste. I'm gonna play with it and see if I can control that. But right now, let's see. I usually have a light on my face. That mainly, now it's a bit on the reddish side. So the light helps, naturalize a bit. But other than that, yeah, the image is good. It's crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything else here, like this is Zoom doing a lot of work. So if I remove, this is the auto framing. As you can see, there's a lot more to the room.
Mm-hmm.
So Zoom is zooming in on my face, and this is the portrait lighting, which Zoom does. So it's not even blur my background, it's just some lighting effect they're using. So yeah, this is blur my background, which is much more blurry.
Turn your head sideways, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still.
So yeah, so this is good enough for me.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Very, very nice. So new camera.
Katie was talking about getting tired to scroll, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the getting tired to touch my type my pin. It's a level of convenience, and once you get used to it, it's really nice.
So you're not going to put a near field RFID chip in your head?
No. I tried the all of the dynamic locks. The thing is, the dynamic lock only accepts the phone. Let's say if it would have accepted a smartphone, smartwatch, that would be more convenient. One is I tend to leave my phone at the desk, right? And two, even if I'm in another room, I'm still pretty much in Bluetooth range, so it won't lock. But if I leave home, it will lock. So which is nuts, right? But this is better.
So if you put a headset on, you can go in the kitchen and keep on talking on the show. Although we won't see you, but you will be able to talk.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect the lock.
Oh.
A headset is not enough for dynamic lock. Only a computer or a phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. And again, that's only for locking the machine, not for unlocking it. So that's why the Windows Hello support on a webcam for unlocking is better. And the reason it's pricier, it's because there's more circuits. There's another lens there. There's more electronics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, your lighting keeps on going a little darker, a little brighter, as you like when you use your hand when you talk the gesture. Yeah.
Well, that's probably because I'm hiding the light that's shining on my face. But let's see.
I don't know. I mean,
light. Okay, now I'm without that light.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
it
right.
does. Yeah, it does.
There is some processing going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably need to switch that off.
Yeah, I know. I don't like being on a camera that does that. Yep. Nice.
Yep. It's fine.
Katie, what camera are you using? Oh, it's the one that built in.
No,
No, it's not.
Something off of Amazon.
Okay.
Ange Tube. I don't know. It's some generic camera I got a while
Yep.
ago.
This works fine.
Yeah, and
Spence, you're still using a Logitech?
Yes.
Yeah.
920
Yeah.
something. I actually have two of them. Well, I have an old 900, which still works really well, but it's ancient.
Yeah.
It's not 4K by any means.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, talk about AT&T.
Oh.
And I'm going to drop in 5 minutes. So.
That's fine. So I finally took the plunge when when I realized let's put it in realize when the uh, representative at BJ's worked it out, and he said, "Okay, so your total bill is going to be about $160 some dollars." Um, and of course, he was telling me that this is with a discount for Kathy, who used to be a teacher and now is retired. So then I found out, oh no, they don't have a discount for retired teachers. They have discounts for retired first responders. And so I talked with somebody, and she said, "Look, we don't have that kind of a discount. I don't know where he got it." I said, "That's your problem." But she said, "But I can give you 20% on each line as a promotion for 3 years." I said, the promotion doesn't mean anything to me. I want to know what the end result, what the bottom line on the invoice is going to be." So she said, "Well, I can't tell you for sure, but I can estimate." And she figured out or whatever she was doing, and she came back and she said, "It's going to be probably around 170 maybe." I said, "That's fine." I was paying 175 to T-Mobile. I said, "Look, that's fine. I have no problem with that." And she said, "There will be the first bill is going to be more because there's going to be prorated for the month and some other fees that are one-time fees." I said, "Okay." Friday, I got a text from AT&T saying, account management said, we made some changes to your account. So now they're talking about the fees, the one-time fees, and the first-time bill is going to be $500 and some dollars.
Jesus.
And the ongoing monthly fee is going to be $227. And I'm saying, like hell, there's no way. I'll return the stuff. I don't care. So I'm waiting. Tomorrow I'm going to call and find out what's going on. This is absolutely ridiculous. We made some changes to your account. What do you mean you made some changes to my account?
Yeah, they can't do that.
Well, obviously they can. I don't know what it almost seems like the way that I feel it, the way that I feel is the representative at BJ's, they maybe are trained to say, tell the customer whatever they want to hear. We'll deal with it later. Let's get him to switch and we'll deal with the problems later.
Probably, yeah.
And
But to be fair to AT&T, those
Yeah.
are probably agents. They're not actual AT&T employees. They're probably a company that is representing
I
AT&T.
don't care. Do
I
you?
know, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But they may not even know.
No. So you don't.
They have to know. They have to know.
They have to
Okay.
know. I mean, you're talking here about getting somebody. I mean, I was paying 178. What would I 175? What would I switch to pay more? I mean, give me a break. This is a commodity. This is not I like this or I like that.
Maybe you go back to BJ's and give them hell.
Nah, he's. I mean, Spencer. The guy was there about a year and a half working with them, and he was really nice. He may have not known, but you know, once he told me everything, and he was writing down. I mean, typing all stuff down. He had to call somebody, and I said, "What now?" He said, "Well, I need to talk to a supervisor, so she will go through everything and tell me that everything is okay." So it took about 5 minutes, and then he said, she needs to talk to you now. And she asked me if I'm on Nissan and blah, 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 and this and that. And she said, okay, give me a minute. I just need to go through some more stuff. And she did. And she came back and she said, okay, so um, you're getting these and these promotions and blah, blah, blah. And we will apply the retired teacher when we get the documentation from you. And I said, what does it need to be? She said, probably a pay stub from the pension. No, he said that. I'm sorry. He said a pay stub from the pension that she's getting every month. She said, but she said that when we get it, we'll apply that discount. So even the person on the other side who's supposed to go through what the representative did and checks on him was in agreement that, yeah, there is a discount there.
Okay, so I
So
just Googled it, and it does say that they have an active teach or they have a
active,
teacher discount. Wait,
yeah, active teachers, not retired, but there's some, I think it's retired first responders, or there's something there about retired, but not the retired teachers. And I talked to the support of AT&T.
oh yeah, it says generally retired teachers aren't directly eligible
Yeah,
for the teacher
yep.
discount.
And I read that. That's when I called them. I said, what's going on? And she was apologetic, and I'm sorry, and this. And I said, look, you can apologize all day long. I'm switching because the price is less, not because I think that you guys are any better company.
Yeah.
And I said, and I like the fact that AT&T is an American company, while T-Mobile is somewhere in, I don't know, Germany or Holland. I mean, they're not American. So, but then getting that other email, we made changes and it's going to be $227 a month. So what the hell? What's going on here? So yeah, it's if I knew all this today, I would have never even switched. And at this point, I was also thinking about this. They may say that email came from an AI.
That's what they said?
No, I'm saying they may. That
Oh,
this was the system figuring and sending you. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I mean, Friday night, I was so pissed, I hardly slept. As far as I'm concerned, they screwed up
yep.
and they have to own to it. And even if they straighten it out, I mean, this is going to be probably just a one shot for 3 years, and then I'm going to switch to somebody else because I don't like when people do stuff like that. And I would recommend anybody, and I'm going to go on Twitter later on this afternoon. No, I'll probably do it tomorrow after I talk to them and post something about this because this is absolutely either one hand doesn't know but the other, or it's such a bait and switch that it is criminal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I'll be switching. I also have AT&T, and my issues with AT&T are issues that I have with all providers is that you sign up for a deal and then a year after year they raise the price. And
Well,
so
oh,
I'm going to switch to Google Fiber because Google Fiber in my area has been $70 for the past 5 years or whatever. Like they
Oh
haven't raised the
yeah, they
price.
never went. They never changed. That's how they were from day one.
Yeah, so now that my area has Google Fiber, I'm gonna switch to Google Fiber, and then I'm gonna switch my phone to Spectrum because Spectrum also.
They
I
have
mean, all the companies are what is that? I don't know what that saying is. It's like switching from one devil to the next.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, at this
but
point,
I'm gonna go with the one. I'm just gonna hop around and get that new customer discount. And when I joined AT&T for the first time, which was almost 3 years ago, they gave me a great deal where it was under $100 for both fiber and phone. But now it's up to $150 for both fiber and phone. And so I was like, I gotta do something. When as soon as my 3 years comes up, I'm jumping ship.
yeah. I mean,
Spectrum may require you have their internet to get phone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we went
it
through
doesn't
that.
matter. But if you look at it at the long period, I mean, the months that you're going to be, that fact that you're getting another phone from them may be wiped out compared to what you're getting. I mean, and you need to find them. A lot of, I mean, like in our neighborhood now, they have Spectrum 1 gig. I don't know what's the upload.
Yeah.
It's better. I think the upload is like 250 meg. That's what it's because it's fiber. Spectrum is putting in fiber everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean,
But it's still, why can't they have symmetrical like every other fiber plant?
Yeah.
Why have it?
They must be using something older
Well,
somewhere.
then
Some in
if
the
I
back.
go if I go with Google, maybe I'm gonna get a Google Pixel.
I know people that love it and get every new generation they get it. Whenever the new one comes out, they just buy it.
I thought Gal was talking about it and said that don't get the Pixel because they abandon it or something. I don't know.
Oh, that could be. My
Yeah.
information is not brand new, so
But AT&T phones, I mean, there is no way that I'm going to recommend anybody to get it. Absolutely not.
we've been. It's been okay until recent price changes. Our home internet went up $10 a month, and it's still better than Spectrum and better service. And we're getting close to 400 meg up and down with their.
Oh, you're
lowest
talking about
tier
internet.
internet. But we
Yeah.
also have AT&T phones, and now the issue that we're having with that is their prices have gone up, and Emily wanted a new. I think Emily's still paying off a phone. But if it was up to me and Pam, we wouldn't have AT&T because we don't use that kind of data every month that they do.
Mhm.
You're talking 4 or 5 gig of data each or more per month.
Yeah.
And so we've never come close to that. So we could go with one of these, like Pure Talk or all these other Patriot Mobile and those that offer
Yeah.
the Verizon network with big discounts because you say you're limited to, 2 gig a month. So I don't know. I would like
Consumer
them to be-
cellular.
yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
deals out there.
All right.
I would like my 2 girls to go on their own with their own plans, but they just can't get on their own. They can't get a good deal.
Oh, I just Googled it, and apparently you can use an iPhone with Google stuff. I guess. So maybe I can just bring my phone over.
You can. I mean, as far as the Skype number to port it, any mobile carrier can port it over, which I didn't understand why. Is that what you're talking about? To port your number to Google Voice?
Well, I have an iPhone,
Yeah.
and I don't and I want to keep using my iPhone because there's nothing wrong with it. So if I get Google Fiber and they try to rope me
Oh,
into their mobile plan, can I use my iPhone with their mobile plan,
oh,
or do I
oh.
have to get a Google Pixel? And it says on a quick Google search says that you can use an iPhone on Google Fi, which I guess is their phone stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's their service. I thought they did away with it. Yeah, I guess I'm wrong.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Um, this is an interesting article. It says that platforms, including Meta and TikTok, will be held liable for financial fraud for the first time under new rules agreed by EU lawmakers in the early hours of last week. The Parliament and Council agreed on the package of rules after 8 hours of negotiations to strengthen safeguards against payment fraud. The deal adds another layer of EU regulatory risk for US tech giants, which have lobbied the White House to confront Brussels' anti monopoly and content moderation rules. Um, if you're creating a situation where somebody is scamming and you're not doing anything about it, I think you should be held liable. Your point. We'll see how it keeps going.
We had an interesting event. This is going back several years with Spectrum. And before we had AT&T fiber in the neighborhood, we were Spectrum internet and Verizon phones. So they had their offer for their Spectrum mobile if you had their internet, and it was a great deal. I mean, at the time, the price was fantastic compared to Verizon. So we go to the office to get everything set up, and we don't support Motorola phones. What do you mean? You don't support them?
Yeah, they only supported certain phones.
Certain, and Eve didn't have
Yeah.
one. She didn't have one that was supported, and we just walked out. That's it.
Yeah.
We can't not have that. So, but I'm glad we didn't lock ourselves in because it was a 2-year commitment, and we got it. AT&T fiber
But the
here.
service is real cheap.
Service was very cheap. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was Verizon service.
Yeah.
Spectrum. So, and I had other things I had to look out for with going up to Alaska every year. I couldn't be on one of these.
Right.
Like, what is the one that T-Mobile up there is better now, but in the beginning, it didn't exist. The service was terrible. It was only in a few cities. There was nothing on the highway at all. And people who went up there with T-Mobile just had to buy another phone. But now it's better.
Hmm.
But yeah, why are we always so disappointed in these fabulous deals?
Because they're not fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not something that I don't know. They almost look at us like we're sheep, and they can do whatever they want. They are the shepherds. Nah. All right, who's driving an electric car?
Not me.
Not anytime soon.
The UK government will levy a pay-per-mile tax on electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles starting April 2028.
Do you know why?
Because there's not enough money in the tax.
Because they don't pay any gas tax.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's obvious. That's why.
Some states were looking at implementing this, or cities where we're looking at implementing a by the mile tax on electric vehicles because they were not getting any revenue from gas tax from them.
Yeah, but I mean, we're paying taxes on electricity.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's always been one of these things where what's the latest thing? Did you see the rate hike, the Duke Energy rate hike that they're requesting 15%
No.
to ratepayers? I mean, homes, not businesses. And I know I was outraged to say, well, why? Oh, because of all the businesses coming in, we have to be able to provide. I said, well, if they're the businesses, let them pay.
Yeah.
Why are we paying more? Right. So they can have an infrastructure. So to their credit, and I will recognize a good move when I see it, Attorney General Jackson and uh, Governor Stein have said, whoa, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And so that's good that they're looking at it, because all over the country, electric rates are going nuts because of AI.
Yeah.
But and it's like they don't have a plan
They don't.
to, to get a permit to build a new power station takes, it's years. Yeah, John, you're right. It's they need the road taxes. I understand where they go, and if the fact that we're paying them in electric cars or not.
Oh yeah,
I don't
that's
know what
right.
I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe get rid of the gas tax and have a use tax for everybody. But that won't happen.
I mean, this one in uh
UK.
in the UK is going to be. It says electric vehicles will be charged 3 pence per mile, and plug-in hybrids 1.5 pence per mile. And I guess a pence is just like around a penny. Payable
Well,
annually alongside car tax. So an average driver covering 8,000 miles a year would pay around $320, roughly half what petrol or diesel drivers pay in fuel duty. Yeah, they need the money to maintain the roads. Absolutely. Yeah, when our money from home that goes to Progress Energy or Duke, whatever, doesn't cover that. You're right. Yep. Yup.
well, I'm going to go over and invest my money in fan blades for the windmills in England. So after going on that cruise and seeing the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fan blades at this factory at the port,
Yeah.
holy cow! I was
Yeah.
just, yep.
All right.
It's like solar works great until it's nighttime.
Apple's podcasts app on both iOS and Mac. Anybody using that?
I don't have a Mac.
I use it on iOS.
It says has been exhibiting strange behavior for months,
I could say that that's true.
spontaneously launching and presenting users with obscure religion, spirituality, and education podcasts they never subscribed to. And at least one of these podcasts contained a link attempting a cross site scripting attack. This is coming from 404 Media. Joseph Cox, a journalist at the outlet, documented the issue after repeatedly finding his Mac had launched the podcasts app on its own, presenting bizarre podcasts with titles containing garbled code, external URLs to Spotify and Google Play, and in one case, what appeared to be cross-site attack code embedded directly in the podcast title itself. I'm wondering if Apple is very lax on security now. Suddenly, that oh yeah, they make us open this up, and they make you know. You were going
I
to say
have noticed, I haven't seen anything that severe, but I have noticed podcasts showing up in my list of followed podcasts, even though I have no idea what this is. It hasn't been anything weird. It's just Are they just making suggestions now based on my listening habits? And then the other, I did also see something where it tried to open Spotify, which I didn't have on my phone. Like, wait a minute,
There
why are
you
you
go.
opening
Yep.
Spotify? So yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's okay. We talk to people about how this service isn't really working right anymore. This retailer, this that. I said the wheels are falling off. That's all there is. Just be prepared because nothing. Customer service and there are good people out there doing a good job, but for the most part, it's uh, indifference. I think is
Yeah.
what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Indifference to making it work.
Now, if you're trying to upgrade any RAM on anything, do it fast. Um, even listen, I mean, they said that prices are going up. A severe spike in global DRAM prices has pushed Samsung Semiconductor to refuse a long-term RAM order from its own sibling, Samsung Electronics. So Samsung is not selling to Samsung. Long time. The move is forcing the smartphone division into short, expensive renegotiations, which will likely mean higher costs for consumer devices. This is coming from PC World. And another one, Micron is shutting down its crucial consumer RAM business in 2026 after nearly 3 decades, citing heavy demand from AI data centers.
Wow.
The AI driven growth in the data center has led to a surge in demand for memory and storage. This is coming from Micron leadership. Micron has made the difficult decision to exit the crucial for those of you that it's not the crucial thing, it's a name, it's a brand of memory. They exit the crucial consumer business in order to improve supply and support for our larger strategic customers in faster growing segments. So, crucial memory is good memory, but they're going to shut it down. And this is all thanks to data centers.
We're hell bent on a trip down a slippery slope into the ocean. But it's the best thing that ever happened to us. We're all going to jump on board that
Yeah.
toboggan and slide down into the water.
There
But-
was a story. The line between human and machine authorship is blurring, particularly as it becomes increasingly difficult to tell whether something was written by a person or AI. Now, in what may seem like a tipping point, the digital marketing firm Graphite recently published a study showing that more than 50% of articles on the web are being generated by artificial intelligence.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it, and I think that a lot of content is being delivered, video content. Now, it's still pretty obvious unless you have very curated creation of video where you can hardly tell that it's AI. But for the most part, if you're just a casual user creating videos, you're going to know. You're going to see things about it that are just it's either images are too perfect or the background doesn't exactly match the topic properly, and but for the most part, those things, if they're just entertainment, it's like you don't care.
Yeah.
But recently, it was a country music artist that was out there and was hitting the top of the charts, and all this stuff's all AI. The person doesn't exist.
Yeah, I saw that. The #1 country song is a AI.
And
Isn't
then
that
people were
something?
upset with the way he was presented as a black artist. Oh, and they were all upset about that. And just they were upset about everything about it. It's like, no, how can, but some people saying, I don't care, it's good. I like it. No.
Oh,
I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast this week with the head of NVIDIA and him talking about they're very, I mean, they see what's happening and they're kind of like, we don't really know where this is going to go in the end. We still provide the GPUs that we make, and obviously we're a huge part of this. But they were talking about how most experts say, well, 80% chance that everything's going to work out good, but 20%. So they were discussing, well, 20% is a pretty high percentage of could go bad.
yeah.
Like you're going to say, I'm going to buy this car with a 20% chance that it's going to catch fire and roll off the road. And it's like, well, I'll take a chance.
Yeah. Right.
20% is a lot. That's a, what would it be, a 2 in 10 chance that it's not going to work
Okay,
out?
that's no. I mean that's uh-uh.
Oh, if you get a chance, there's a couple of good, one guy in particular on YouTube that puts out, and in some cases it's self-serving, the videos you put out there, but he was for want of a better description, a propaganda specialist when he was in the military. And there were efforts he used. They used to have mobile radio stations on airplanes that would fly over areas, putting out propaganda over the
Yeah,
airwaves
that's
for
that's
the
still being
population on
done.
the ground. It's a part of warfare.
Yeah.
But he said that there's a good way to know how, especially from a marketing perspective. He said that it's all an illusion. They figure out what triggers you. And he said his son is like 16, and the kid came in and he was saying, Dad, I'm looking at this thing online. It doesn't look right to me, this product. He said, okay, you're on Instagram. Go back and look at the 5 or 6 video posts before that ad popped up. He said, what was it about those ads? He said, they were all pretty, they were pretty down. They weren't real, they weren't like inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, then they come up with this product, and it's like, oh, this is great. Oh, well, that means you were sitting there, getting in a funk.
Uh-huh.
And this could really make me happy to buy this. And he said, that's the way they do it. It's not even, here's the great features you want.
Marketing. It's
Yeah,
marketing.
it's just make you feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been around forever, impulse buying. But it's
So-
all calculated. It's not by accident.
Talking about kids and online and all that, a new study from the University of Pennsylvania finds that preteens who own smartphones by the age of 12 have significantly higher odds of depression, obesity, and poor sleep compared to their peers. Kids who owned a smartphone at age 12 were found to have about 31% higher odds of depression, 40% higher odds of obesity, and 62% higher odds of insufficient sleep than their peers who didn't have one. Those studies were conducted between 2016 and 2022.
I listened to somebody talk about studies and how the stuff that comes out of studies, this is another manipulation thing, but
It could be, yeah. But I believe this.
They said that the way they get you, like when they say that, oh, this particular thing is 100% better than the last version of it. And they said, well, that sounds great. I mean, it's got 100% better. But you look at it, you say, well, if you've got something, there's 1,000 of these products, and 1 in 100 fail. That's terrible. But
Yeah.
if you go to 2 and 100, that's 100% better, right? So
Uh,
if you go from 1 to 2, that means you've doubled 100% more reliability than you had before, but it's still 2 in 1,000 fail. So it's just, or 2 in 100 fail. So it's crazy.
it is crazy. Yeah.
And but the point of what this guy did was he said, once you see this and you understand how it works, you can't unsee it because you look at everything now with a different view. I mean,
Well,
it's
that could be a manipulation by itself,
true. That
what
can
he's
be.
saying, right?
No, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Maybe he's,
Yeah.
but if you sit back and look at it and say, all right, so what's really happening here?
Uh,
What am I seeing? And this, I'm looking at the purchase of MGM by Netflix. There's a lot of people are not happy with this,
right.
uh,
Including the
especially
government.
performers. Yeah, but I mean, you already look at if you've watched any Netflix recent productions, they're sneaking all kinds of stuff into historical um, content. There was a recent, it was very well done, called "Death by Lightning" is the name of the show, and it's about the assassination of William McKinley, president, back in, I don't remember what the date was.
Yeah.
But the language that they use in the show is like everyday language. They use the F word all the time.
Hmm.
And they use it in the context you would expect to be used today. And if you go back and look at the history of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that didn't exist back then.
Right.
The word meant something. It wasn't really a derogatory thing at one point when it came out of, I don't know if it came out of Ireland or something like that, the word, but they're using it in the context of like urban language today. And
Yeah. It looks
I don't
weird.
mean urban is not the right description, but the hipster language, right, is to use the F word, as an adjective, as a noun, as a verb. You could use it in one sense in 5 different meanings of the same word. But I sat there and go, this is historically very well done, but this is not accurate as far as that goes. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm just a crazy. I'm just
talking
yelling at the moon.
Talking about Netflix. Netflix has removed the ability to cast shows and movies from phones to TVs unless subscribers are using older casting devices. An updated help page on Netflix website, first reported by Android Authority, says that the streaming service no longer support casting shows from a mobile device to most TVs and TV streaming services, and instead directs users to navigate Netflix using the remote that came with their TV hardware.
Why would they get rid of that feature?
I don't know, but remember, if you have an older Chromecast or Fire TV or whatever, apparently it'll keep on working. It's unless subscribers are using older casting devices. So if you have an older device, it'll probably keep on working, but not for new ones. And I don't know if that they're talking about older phones.
The older device then didn't have the hooks they needed to prevent it from working.
I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, it is interesting. And did you see the article that came out, the news that artificial intelligence can do the work currently performed by nearly 12% of America's workforce? This is according to a recent study from from MIT.
Does that include mistakes?
The researchers, relying on a metric called the iceberg index that measures a job potential to be automated, conclude that AI already has the cognitive and technical capacity to handle a range of tasks in technology, finance, healthcare, and professional services. The index simulated how more than 150 million U.S. workers across nearly 1,000 occupations interact and overlap with AI abilities.
Well,
That's,
the
I
fact
mean,
that they can do the work doesn't mean it's right. It's accurate.
I
Or
understand, but
yeah.
they said that they can do the work. But I mean, people make mistakes too.
I don't know. We could have a campaign. We say our AI can do all the same mistakes that normal people do and do it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Katie, do you think we're a couple of just old fuddy-duddies yelling at the moon here?
No. I AI is crazy. The fact that we're living in the moment of this huge exponential growth of computer stuff is insane. And it's getting better like ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Cool.
problems that they have now are not going to be the same problems that they have in 6 months.
I think what's really fascinating is go back and look at how so much of this was predicted in science fiction. And but 2001 was like the best widely known example of it. And that story turns out that Hal
You mean the
and
movie?
the movie,
Yeah.
yes, 2001:
Yeah.
Space Odyssey, that Hal, the computer, actually was doing the right thing because he got conflicting instructions that the computer would have done great had it not been told to lie to
Mm-hmm.
the crew and not tell them what was really happening. But that movie, something called Colossus: The Foreman Project, we've talked about that, where AI essentially took over. And then Terminator and all these things have been predicted. Runaway.
Yeah.
Just talking to some people last night, just quickly talking about how LLMs are not. I mean, they have to be curated. There's no, like, you can't rely on an LLM to look at the impact of something from the perspective of a human being
Right.
necessarily, because they don't weigh things the
They
same
don't
way. They
think.
look at what, all right, for this question, this is the most probable answer of the 1,000 answers that I can see based on statistics. And it's not based on, how is this going to impact this population of people or whatever. So, okay, I
All
said
right.
my thing.
Despite Windows 10 losing free support, StatCounter shows Windows 11 holding only a modest lead of 53.7% market share compared to Windows 10's 42.7%. Analysts say the slow transition reflects both hardware limitations and a lack of must-have Windows 11 features, compelling organizations to refresh their fleets. And who knows what's going to happen this year because of prices of RAM and computers in general going to go up. Less people are going to upgrade.
That's a very good point.
And I found out something. I mean, I did go ahead and enrolled in the ESU from Microsoft for free for 1 year. And you know what I realized was happening? The power settings to turn the monitor off after a certain amount of time stopped working. I get up in the morning and I'm looking at that and it's on. And my computer is on. I said, what happened? Did I just move it or whatever? I didn't pay much attention. But again, you keep seeing it that it never, I don't see the screensaver anymore. I have one screensaver on the one that monitors all the servers. And the display is always on. And last week I did some updates because there were updates, and it seems to have fixed it. But right after the upgrade, the enrollment, it seems like something was going astray. but it's fine. And yeah, I mean, with the ESU, you're still getting not just security.
You're getting feature
You
updates
get
too.
yeah.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I don't leave any PCs on. I don't like I might leave it running for the day, but I'll turn it off at night. I don't
Yeah,
leave
no,
it running.
I leave it on because I
No, you have to. I realize that.
yeah.
So I have a question, a very quick question.
Okay.
I'm looking. Larry would like to get a new computer. He's got to upgrade. He's got his old
And
hardware.
the question is,
like to get him a mini. And I'm looking at all kinds of options, refurbished ones. You can buy new ones for $200-300. You can buy here's one, Ryzen 7, 512 SSD, 16 gig of RAM for $399, right? But you look at that and you say, well, these are unknown brands because they're just thrown together. They might all be the same with different names, but you look at the ratings on them, and it'll be probably about 7 or 8% of them will be don't buy. I mean, the ratings are subjective anyway.
yeah.
Most of the fives are bots anyway. But it's hard to figure out what to buy. I would love to get them a Lenovo, and you get a new Lenovo for about $500.
Lenovo makes minis.
Oh yeah, that's very popular in office space. They're very reliable too. I have customers that that's what I've recommended that they get.
Hmm.
And
So
because they make, you can buy a Lenovo monitor with a bracket on the back to hold the mini inside the monitor, or desk mounts for under desk. It's very good.
yeah,
very
but he's
good
got
in
a
offices.
monitor, right?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. He needs a
Oh,
monitor.
there he
for
doesn't
me.
need a monitor. What am
No,
I
he needs a
saying?
monitor for me if I'm going to set it up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So, but for once he's got it working, he doesn't need the monitor anymore.
right.
So, but he's got old Lenovo desktops that are ancient. You can't run Windows 11 and barely
Yeah.
run Windows 10. And I have him. He was concerned about whether he'll still have access to Outlook. I said, and he's open to going with just an. I told him there are mail
What's
clients. You don't need Outlook. You can use
Yeah.
Thunderbird. So
why does he need Windows 11? What does he do?
no, it's just the machines machines need to be replaced.
Oh, okay. So
And
that's different. No,
they're
you
too
said
old.
you said
They're too
none of
old and
his
slow.
machines. Okay.
And we may as well go. Why buy a machine
Yeah.
that
No.
doesn't support Windows 11?
I agree.
So-
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, well, we can, the only thing he uses it for is going to be browsing and email and things like that.
Yeah.
So
No.
he was concerned about what the user interface is like. I said, well, we can set the desktop up in 11 to be very similar to 10. So you won't have a problem. He uses JAWS, which is the application for the blind that
Yeah.
the cursor scrolls over and reads things to you
Right.
at an incredibly fast speed that I can't understand.
Yeah.
And he has it on his phone too. And I'm like, and I have had some other blind customers. I said, how do you understand that? He says, well, their brain is just
Right.
adapted to it. So they
Yep.
can listen to this very fast voices speak what it's reading. Sometimes when I'd be working on the machine, all I have to do is like roll over a bunch of text. It just goes in, JAWS goes crazy with, I said, stop. I turn the sound off. Because my brain just can't
All right.
process it. Oh
Well,
but I'm looking, and if you have any ideas or experiences or anything like that, I really am leaning towards Lenovo. It's just going to be a little more expensive.
what is what? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Huh? I was saying that I'm leaning towards Lenovo.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if you have
I could get a Comru.
no. I mean, stop talking about it. You have an experience with the Lenovo, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
I
you
mean,
go
all these
with.
names. I'm just so enthralled with the names they have out there. The Ace Magician. These are brands. Geekcom.
Well, I mean,
Camrui. Taiku Mini. B-Link.
Nah, a lot of.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Anything else anybody needs to add here? It's time.
Beware of holiday scams.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Spence. Thanks, Katie. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Will do.
And good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Donna, Dina, Mati, Eleanor, Sarid, Yaakov and Yael. Thanks, everybody, for tuning to Computers 2K Now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing. Back up your hard drive and update your virus scanner. And change any same passwords wherever you use them. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. Again, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 a.m. Nick hosts the Carolina Journal News Hour on WBT 1110 a.m. and 99.3 FM, and it's on YouTube. Just search on YouTube for the Carolina Journal News Hour. And Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m., Nick hosts the Nick Craig Show at nickcraig.com. So go to nickcraig.com and you can get all the information, download all the shows, etc. Have a great week. Stay warm. And we'll be together again next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.